Hey, what's up, you guys? Thanks for coming to hang out today. We are going to get into some planner lineup slash life updates today. This is not going to be a decorative planner video, no stickering up of the pages today. If you guys want to watch some of those, I have tons of those videos up on my channel. I will open these up a little bit and show you guys a couple of things, but for the most part, we're just gonna have ourselves a little chat. I said in my last video that I posted, my May currently, that we were going to get into some things that have been going on in the month of May when I filled out my prompts, and I just wasn't feeling good enough. I'm still not feeling great enough, you guys, but some other things have come up, so I thought, okay, let's just go ahead and get this out of the way and move on. So y'all know me. I don't like drama. I don't like gossip. I am not a fan of those we need to talk videos. Not my style. So I wasn't even going to do this. I thought it would be really weird and unnecessary to make this video, but I think it would have also been really weird to sort of just carry on and not address the planner elephant in the room, if you will. So I guess major planner slash life update. I am no longer going to be using a passion planner, and I am no longer a passion planner ambassador. This comes from an ambassador platform situation. This has nothing to do with the planners or the products. I am in no way saying that it's a bad planner or a bad decision. Obviously, I mean, this is not some nutty narcissistic video where I'm like, I'm not using one and you shouldn't either. No, I don't do that. We don't do that around here. This is a personal, hard decision that I made in the month of May to step away. It's something that it's going on behind the scenes on the Passion Planner ambassador level. And yeah, I made the hard decision to walk away. I won't be using their products anymore. I may throw in a sticker here and there from the sticker books that I have left, but for the most part, I'm not going to be using the planner. And if I was less sad about this, I would cut to record scratch sound effects and me saying, you will never not catch me using one of these. We all say things out of enthusiasm sometimes, and we end up putting our whole 2 feet right in our mouths. I just feel nothing but sadness, you guys. So we're not doing the bitter. We're not doing the complaining. None of that stuff. It's a lot like getting a divorce, right? I don't need my friends to show up and be like, yeah, he was terrible all along. No, we're not going to do that. So that's my piece. That's my number one update. I still think and stand by the fact that it is a fantastic planner. I love that so many of you have fallen in love with that planner. I love your daily pages. I love seeing you fill out your space of infinite possibility. This hurts. Yeah, it really sucks. But this is a hard decision that I made, and I know for me personally, it was the right one. So where does that leave me now? This is a lot hard. It's a planner, it's some paper, and some stickers. Oh my gosh, it's okay. The number one reason that I feel so strongly about this is because that planner was I've said it so many times, my BFF, my ride or die through major goals in my life. I wrote and published my first novel with the daily as my companion. And this really sucks, but things suck in life sometimes, and we have to pull up our bootstraps and carry on. And I'm kind of at that place in my life right now. So yeah, it's really weird to make this video. I don't like doing this sort of thing. I don't watch this sort of thing, but I thought it would be even more weird to be as enthusiastic as I have been for so many years, and then for it to just disappear. Some of you may have already noticed that it kind of has disappeared already for quite a while. This has been an ongoing thing, and it took me this long to finally make the decision. On top of that, I may have said this once or twice already on my channel, but I'm turning 40 this year. And I just have this feeling in my gut to go smaller and smaller and to minimalize. And I know some of that is a little bit of an irrational thought, because I mentioned this earlier in one of my videos where I said something happened. And have you ever had this experience where something happens and you're like, throw the baby out with the bathwater. Let's just overhaul our entire life. Maybe that's irrational. Maybe that's just a me thing, but that's sort of how I am. And on top of that, I also picked the month of May to quit my phone. I traded my phone in for this little notebook. And it's kind of a weird thing. I'm not like a social media doom scroller or anything like that, but I am sort of a check in on this and that and let the news feeds make me angry and keep up with what's going on in the world, especially politics and that sort of thing. And I chose the month of May to step away from that. And I replaced it with this notebook, saying every time I felt the need to pick up my phone for something, or every time something comes up that I would normally reach for my phone for, I would reach for this notebook instead. And let me just share with you what I've learned from all of these experiences sort of compounding together in the month of May. I've learned that, okay, so here's the notebook that I traded my phone in for. And here are the things that I've written down in here. Not a lot, as you can see. And what I've learned is I don't want my phone. I don't really care about what's going on in social media land or news or political gossip. I don't really care to be on my phone, to have my phone, unless I am texting with very close, very special friends. I don't really care what's going on. And I don't actually need this notebook either. I'm glad that I grabbed this notebook. I'm no regrets having this notebook and having this be sort of the bridge between myself and my phone, but I don't need it. I really thought that the temptation was going to be so great that I would have to be constantly grabbing this and at least writing a note or something in here about wanting to be on my phone and why I feel like I should be on my phone. But I think I was at a point where I was just like so done that I don't care to be on my phone, and I don't need to write down every single thought that pops into my head. I'm going to keep using this notebook. I'm going to keep hanging on to it because Lord knows the day is going to come where I'm going to have to math and I won't be using my phone calculator. So I am going to have to use pen on paper and literally add some things up. But this is what I've realized. Okay, so what does one thing have to do with the other? I don't need stuff. I don't need a ton of planners. I don't need a ton of notebooks. I don't need a million stickers. I don't need 1,000 rolls of washi tape. What am I going to do about it? Right now, I don't actually know. On top of all of these things, sorry guys, I'm still sick. On top of all of these things, and on top of being sick this month, on top of making the tough decision, my husband and I also decided that I am just going to keep homeschooling our kids all through summer. So they have been sick for the last over a week now. We did have one other bout of sickness in our school year. They haven't missed a ton of school, but they have really huge goals and hopes and dreams in their lives. They have major things that they want to succeed on. So it's just important to my husband and I that we level up their education. So they want to be like college ready. They don't want to go to college. They want to be entrepreneurs. They want to own their own businesses, but they want to be, way beyond high school level, college ready, taking business courses and learning focused things in the fields that they are interested in. And we want to fast track them to that. That's the whole point of homeschool, right? So your kids can have, well, for us anyway, maybe not for you. For us, the whole point of homeschool, almost the whole point, there are some other factors, of course, is to fast track them to their goals and dreams, to elevate their education, to make sure that they're getting the most knowledge and information that they possibly can with no wasted time and minimal interruptions. And in just a minute, I'll get to which planner I'm going to be using to do that, to create their curriculum and build out a homeschool plan for those summer months. But let's talk about where all of this leaves me and this channel. I think I'm at, I don't know, I don't want to say a crossroads. I just think I'm at a point where I want and need to change things. I was sort of a little bit nudged into changing some of the things. I wouldn't have chosen that for myself, but maybe that was the decision that I needed to make, and it was keeping me stagnant and in one place if I didn't make that decision. So, all things for a reason. I'm okay with where I'm at right now, but I think that I want to make some changes to how I use my planners, how I engage with my community, the content that I create for this channel. I want to change all it. It's all starting to feel very stagnant, if I'm being honest. I don't feel like I'm giving and accomplishing a whole lot by decorating paper 3 days a week. Yes, I do this for myself as well, for my plans. I'm not just coming on here and making a sticker book, basically. I do use these things for my plans, but I'm not sure that that is what I want to keep doing. Does that make sense? I don't want to quit my channel. I don't want to stop planning. I don't want to stop sharing my planners with you guys, but I feel like I want to, first of all, figure out what it is exactly that I want to share about planning and plans, not just putting stickers on paper. And I want to figure out how I'm going to be using the planners that I have and what my lineup looks like, I guess, going forward. So my immediate panic when I decided to no longer be using a passion planner was, well, first, of course, I got very, very sad. And then I got very, very sad when I realized, oh my gosh, I have my Coach covers that I absolutely love and treasure, and I don't have a planner for them anymore. So I immediately panic ordered a Stalogy notebook, an A5 Stalogy notebook, because these are A5 covers, as a replacement because I no longer have a daily planner. But then I looked around at my stuff after this arrived and I realized I don't actually need a daily planner. I don't actually need all of these things. What I need is a pen and some paper and the motivation to just actually go and work on my life and my goals and take care of my family and all of that stuff. So I think this Stalogy, I got the dot grid. I think this Stalogy notebook might become my memory keeper because, of course, I no longer have that either. That was about to run out for me anyways, my Passion Planner Weekly that I use as my memory keeper journal planner. It was an academic, so mid-year, so it's going to run out at the end of June anyways, and I would need a replacement. So I'm thinking that this A5 Stalogy might just become my memory keeper. I was going to order an Erin Condren life planner for that when the Passion Planner ran out, because I do love Erin Condren so much. I love that paper. That paper is incredible. And it is really great to just already have an established week set out for you to come in and just write about your day and memories and things like that. But even though it would be a necessity, a replacement of a planner that's been fully used up, I cannot justify that cost right now. So I don't think I'm going to be doing that. I think I am going to try the Stalogy. I'm just going to I was going to say have to design my own weeks in here, but I don't think I even need to do that. I think I'll just come in and just journal, just jot down our memories, add some photos, some stickers, some ephemera. That's where I'm at with that. The other Stalogy that I have is going to sort of turn into a homeschool summer school planner / tracking and checking in on my kiddos' goals. So I shared this at the start of the year with you guys. This was going to be our family life planner, essentially what I'm doing right now with the Erin Condren notebook, but it was just so small. I felt like I couldn't make weekly spreads in here. Sorry about the lighting, you guys. It's starting to get really stormy outside and it just keeps getting darker and darker. So like I said, I'm going to use this as our summer school / homeschool planner tracker, just to make sure that we're getting in every single thing that we need to cover with them and make sure that they're fully ready to start slowly embarking on that business course journey and deeper into their interests and things like that. So I think as that type of planner, this is going to work really well for that. I love this Stalogy paper. I love their notebooks, and keeping track of things just like this without trying to create a weekly spread or be overly decorative is what I find always works best for me in these types of notebooks. So this one is coming back into use. Thank God. I hate being wasteful, so I'm really glad that this one is going to come back into use this summer. My little Hobonichi Tacho, I'm still using. This is sort of like a faith scripture planner / journal for me. It's mostly private things that I just write about in here. I do share the monthly decorative with you guys, and I'll probably continue to do that. The Erin Condren I am going to continue to use as well. I love this notebook. I love the DIY planner. I'm excited to see this full and filled up at the end of the year. I just need to take some time to figure out how I want to keep using this and how I want to keep sharing my planner content with you guys. All that to say, I am going to take a little bit of time to figure out and sort this out. I'm not going to disappear for 6 months, probably not even 6 days. I don't know. We'll see. If you have any ideas or questions or I guess thoughts, you can leave them down in the comments. Again, we're not doing negativity or gossip, so let's not do that. But if there's anything that you want to see, definitely let me know. If you are strictly hanging out with me on this channel for Passion Planner content and updates and planner spreads, I apologize. But again, I did what I know was best for me. So I'll still have daily spreads and things like that. But I think we're leaning heavily into the DIY stuff because aside from the Hobonichi, it's all notebooks. It still feels like a lot to me. It still feels almost entirely too much for a lineup. I also have my A5 binder and my writing notebooks. So I am gonna, like I said, take some time, figure out what I want my lineup to look like, what I want my channel to look like, how I want to continue to engage with the community and the things that I want to share. I want you guys to get more out of it as well. This is not just about me and my feelings. It's about being more intentional. I learned a lot about myself from giving up my phone, mainly what I won't accept from news headlines and articles and authorities on the matter, experts. I just have no interest in engaging with that stuff anymore. That stuff is just not going to get past my gate of my mind, gate of my heart. No more. So I just want to build on the intentional of things. I want to be intentional in my own personal life, and I want to be intentional with the content that I share with you guys. So if there's anything that you want to see, if there's any type of planner style and inspiration you guys are seeking and you feel like something is falling short out there and you're still looking for it, let me know. We can talk about this in a positive, intentional way down in the comments. But you guys, that is my update. And again, maybe just hang out and be patient if I'm not posting regularly. I do have some writer content coming up for you guys, and we are still doing camp in the months of June and July, even though I'm going to be more busy with homeschool and home life more so than I thought. I'm still going to be doing that. So come hang out on the Facebook group. Subscribe to my author channel if you haven't already. It's Alana on the page. I have that linked down in the description. I always appreciate you guys, and I'm so grateful for you. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for hanging out with me for this one and all of the ones that you've hung out with me for. I will see you in my next one. Tell your dog I said hi. Bye, guys.